Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ciara, and please do remember, if you do not like what I say, how I say it, or why I say it, then please do feel free to click off this video and go about the rest of your day in peace. And before we get started, I do want to remind you all that if you want more exclusive tarot related content, more pick-a-cards, more artwork, and starting October 1st, I'm going to be offering an exclusive coloring page, monthly coloring page, all over on my Patreon. So if you guys want access to all kinds of fun goodies, not safe for work artwork, all kinds of fun stuff, all that can be found via my Patreon, and it helps the continued growth of this channel and the work that I am doing. So if you guys are interested in that, that will all be available down there in the description, as well as other social media information and personal reading information. So today we're going to be doing, of course, our October pick a card for the coming month. And this was something that was voted on, requested on by you guys. As I always do, I'm throwing up polls, getting your guys' input on what videos you want to see next via the community tab here on my YouTube. So if you guys are not checking that, definitely feel free to and take part in those various polls. So we have 4 piles here today for you guys, and of course there's 2 ways for you to choose your pile. You can either choose by the crystal or the artwork that I have selected for each pile. I created these little ATC cards myself and the artwork on them. So for pile 1, we have the clear quartz with this particular image. For those that are attracted to pile 2, with the garnet and this particular image. For those that are attracted to pile 3, with the aqua ora quartz and this image. And finally, for those who are attracted to the black opal, with this image for pile 4. So as always, do take as much time as you need to meditate on the piles, use a pendulum, connect with your intuition, ask your higher guides what it is you need to know for October, if you have any other specific questions in regards to October, which is going to definitely be a very exciting month because we have 2 full moons happening in October, with one being the blue moon that is happening on Halloween itself, Samhain. It's going to be definitely a very important month. So I do want to remind you all that if you are attracted to more than one pile, that is perfectly fine, because again, your personal message might be spread across more than one of these piles, because this is still a general reading, and so not every card and not every message may apply to you personally. So again, there's no reason to take it personally. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the messages. Right, for those that picked pile 1 here with the clear quartz and this image here, we're going to go ahead and dive into your reading. And let's see if I can find a good spot for him where it's not blinding you guys. Focus. Okay, there we go. That's better. We're going to go ahead and dive into your cards and lay them all out and see what we're working with. So for your tarot card for the month of October, we have the 3 of Swords. Wow. We also have conclusions are within reach with the full moon eclipse. We also have card 7 here with Poe. Time for change, to learn something new, to use technology and gadgets with wisdom. And we have eternal love. Love is love is love, and it transcends physical death. So I definitely am getting the sense here with you guys for October. There's definitely going to be a highlight of your emotions. And definitely for some of you, this is going to have to do with the love situation. I could definitely see it being, for some of you, you know, with that, especially the message of conclusions are within reach. I feel like there might be the ending of certain relationships, or maybe even it's either like a complete severing of certain relationships, or it is kind of the death of what that relationship was and it's transforming into something else, which might be part of why, you know, you're kind of getting this message of time for change, learning something new, using technology, which immediately makes me think of like kind of utilizing social media and, you know, all the different types of new ways of going about and dating, meeting new people, getting out there and making connections, using technology, utilizing, maybe even some of you are working within the technology field. If this is about career, I definitely see that some of you need to heal, because, there could definitely be a sense of, something maybe didn't go the way that you had planned. Maybe a lot of you are holding on to sorrow. Maybe I'm also getting the sense that some of you maybe are dealing with also past life situations, past life karma that is maybe romantically related. But again, kind of going back on that, a little bit for the career. Again, the aspect that I'm getting for career is maybe it's time to make a change in your career, and definitely maybe even to go back and study more, to again learn a new skill to advance your career situation here in October. Yeah, definitely big. I feel like for you guys though, for like a lot of you pick this pile, this definitely has more to do with relationships, whether romantic or otherwise, especially with something like eternal love here. Let's go ahead and dive a little bit deeper into each one of our oracle cards here as well. Let's see, when we got that full moon, we're going to start off with the full moon eclipse. So with this full moon eclipse, it's talking about full moon eclipse, and just like that, a door slams shut. If you pulled this card, it suggests that the situation you're asking about is to reach a peak, or has done so, and things are now out of your hands. What you're experiencing now is what your soul signed up for, a way for you to learn and for your soul to evolve. So allow events to unfold and be easy on yourself. If you're letting go of someone or something, know that it's the right time, as hard as it might be. Forgiving someone for what they did could be key to resolving the situation in a positive way. It doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it right what they did, but it releases it so you can move on. That's exactly what this Three of Swords is all about for you guys. That's what this situation is for you guys in October, 100%. There is obviously some need to either release somebody, release a situation, and it's not, again, about, letting what they did, putting like the green light on it, like, oh, it was okay for you to treat me that way or do that way. No, it's about releasing what it is you're holding on to just for yourself so that you can move forward and again, make that positive change, and learn something new for yourself. So to attune to this energy in this moon, that which is meant for me will not pass me by. And again, I feel like in this process of something releasing this sorrow, working through this karma, it's going to open the door for something that is truly meant for you. Again, something that is eternal. So, doors which slam shut now will not reopen. It's time for you to get back on track. Forgiveness will set you free of karma. Meditation, pranayama, and yoga nidra are all recommended now. Seed control and let events unfold. So yeah, just let what happens kind of happen. It might be painful, it might be saddening, but it's like, it's a process that has to, you gotta, go through the pain in order to get to the rewards. And again, that new version of you here. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about that card now. So especially with this card being called Poe in particular, maybe some of you feel a significance to maybe Edgar Allan Poe. Maybe you're gonna be reading that in October. Or maybe some of you are even like English majors or something. Or maybe you are a writer, you love books, poetry, something like that is coming to mind. So let's go ahead and talk about this. So we are moving from an industrial world to a post-industrial world, where the nature of time, the way in which we interact with nature, and the way we live with the technology we have created will shape us all. So today, think of what your relationship with technology is. Is it sacred? Are there sacred purposes to which this new tool can be put? If you feel intimidated by technology, choose one area about which you would like to learn. You may wish to be more disciplined about your time spent online, and you may notice you have a talent for technology, for developing communication tools that link people and help us all develop communities for the highest good of all. You may soon become very adept at setting up websites, or find you love dabbling with web design, writing software, creating digital art, or posting movies you've made. You may wish to upload performances on the internet to introduce a wider audience to your skills and talents. You may also notice how people today have come to use the internet as a weapon to bully and harm others, and choose never to use technology in this way. You may have a gift for concept development and have brilliant ideas for new technologies for the future. Whatever it is, it's the right time to truly work with technology in ways that will assist not only you, but many other beings too. So this makes a lot of sense. I feel like, again, that could be a big part of why certain doors are slamming shut right now, because it's time for you to focus on this energy here. And again, whatever it is that you're developing or whatever it is that you're passionate about, this also feels like very Aquarian energy to me. So maybe some of you have Aquarius moon, rising, Mercury. Definitely just look at your natal chart, look at your whole sign, see what is sitting in your Aquarius, or what is, where is your Uranus in your natal chart? Because that might point to a lot of this kind of energy. So finally, we of course have the Eternal Love card here. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that and see what it recommends for you guys. So it's saying, when the body leaves us and our souls are above, our possessions no longer, nothing remains but the intertwining of love. All of us are the product of millennia of love. Our parents, our ancestors by blood and ritual have in some way created the DNA that weaves throughout our bodies. Love, in fact, powers life and death. When most of us first encounter death in our lives, we experience grieving too. In some ways, that feeling could be described as absence, the absence of love and the absence of that person or being. But the kind of love that is often shared between family members, friends, and lovers, separated only by physical death, is the kind that poets wax lyrical about, that is truly eternal and transcends death. Should you choose this card, you are being reminded that love is the most powerful force in the universe. It is more powerful than death itself. Love lingers. It leaves its own legacy, and we should be aware of this every day that we live. For those that are ready for and desiring of a partner, it also indicates that a significant love is close at hand and to be ready to open up to this new experience. So again, I get a strong sense for you guys for October. There's going to be some situations that are leaving your life, maybe some karma that you're working through. And again, once that clears out and it leaves and you accept that this change is happening, it's going to open up the door for, again, this new partnership or just new energy in general to come in that is meant for you, that is destined for your life purpose here. Because I get a sense a lot here of like soulmates reuniting or soulmates maybe coming together in October here, or again, a lot of you finding your life's purpose, or again, taking a new step towards your life purpose as far as career goes. Those are kind of the two energies I'm getting here, but the love energy is definitely higher. For some of you, daisies might be significant. You might be seeing hearts a lot, or that shape. Also clocks, gear work, those might be other significant synchronicities. Some of you might even feel very drawn to like steampunk, or, you know, very specific eras in time might be very significant for you. But yes, that is definitely everything that I'm sensing off this particular pile. Again, the number 7, the number 3 might be very significant for you here in October. So yes, that is everything that I'm sensing off this pile here for your guys' October. These are just sort of quick messages to give you an idea of what to expect, maybe things to look out for. So if this resonated, please do leave a like, comment down below what you thought about this. Feel free to give any suggestions for what you would like to see next. And if you would like to help support this channel and get access to even more pick a card content, other content that I create, definitely do consider becoming a patron and seeing what's going on over there. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. And hello to all of those who chose pile 2 here with this particular image and, of course, the garnet stone. We're going to go ahead and jump into your quick messages for the month of October. And so we're going to lay out all the cards first. So for your tarot, we have the 2 of Wands here. We then have for you guys, a personal issue reaches resolution with the full moon in Cancer. We then have the Lantern Fairy with a clear solution. And we have Winter with the sacredness of pausing. Very interesting. So definitely one thing I'm really seeing here is a lot of blue color. So again, maybe we're talking a lot here about your throat chakra, and I also feel like your emotions. The blue moon that is happening in October, which is happening on Halloween, is going to be very powerful for you guys. I get a sense here of kind of embracing a little bit of the hermit energy within you, kind of guiding your own way to higher wisdom. I definitely get a sense that this month might be very sensitive for you. You might be a lot more intuitive than normal, or you might be picking up a lot on communication from between the veils, because of course it's thinning, because we have that, a Ouija board being present here. So I definitely feel like that could be significant, or maybe like candle scrying, some sort of form of divination. I feel like might be very beneficial for you guys to kind of channel the messages that are going to be coming through from things outside of you, from your guides, from passed on loved ones. But with that Two of Wands, I get a sense that it's highly important for you for October to get very serious about setting goals and to get clear about what it is you're doing for the rest of this year, and what is it that you're kind of setting yourself up for success wise for 2021. Because again, we have a personal issue reaches resolution, and we have a clear solution. So it's like, and then we have this energy of pausing. So it's kind of like taking October as a moment and a time to kind of really think about it. Think about what it is you want. Think about where it is you're seeing yourself in the future, and how it is that you can reach these resolutions. And I feel like in that moment of pausing, of meditation, kind of just turning inward, again, like the hermit here, you're going to find the solution that you need. It is within you. And also I feel like your guides, again, ancestors, other spirits that are stepping through are trying to, connect to you, and show you and guide you a little bit on finding those solutions. Obviously, Cancer energy is highly important here, so definitely look at your natal chart, look at your whole sign, see what is happening in your Cancer house, look at where your moon is in your natal chart and how it's interacting right now. The ocean might be very significant. Again, pools of water, bodies of water. Obviously, this winter season is going to be highly important for this kind of work. We have 2 and we have 24. So 2, again, 24, let's see, 5, 6. All of those might be significant numbers here for you guys. So let's go ahead and dive a little bit more into the oracle cards that we have here and see about the full moon in Cancer. So with that full moon in Cancer, it is talking about things are likely to get very heated, as full moon in Cancer is a super emotional sign. So there could be something of an explosion of feelings around now or surrounding your question. It's important to be sensitive to other people when you pull this card. There are some very fine sensibilities around, so tread carefully as you move towards your goals or dreams. This card indicates an especially feminine time. It also heralds the time to deal with any family issues coming up. Nothing to worry about. It signals a challenge is now coming to an end. This card also suggests that a domestic matter or private issue will soon come to a head, and that's a great time to move house. The answer to your question lies in being a kind leader. This is the time for you to step up and agree to overcome your insecurities. And again, I feel like that's part of like understanding that you can achieve the goals that you're setting out for, and to kind of have faith in yourself in that way. So some of you also want to definitely look at the 4th house, since that's the house that rules Cancer and has a lot to do with home and family, because we have a little bit of that coming up here. So to attune to this energy, it may be best to move towards what you want in a sideways manner. So meditate to soothe heightened emotions. Don't be clingy. Stop sulking. Have you had enough family time lately? So moving on to the Lantern Fairy next up with the card 24. And what her message is for you guys. So let's see. A way through a life challenge will present itself. Stubborn thinking can be changed. Old patterns are being removed little by little, but will need trust. Old shielding against certain energies needs to be replaced and reworked, as it is no longer in line with what you wish for, and in fact may be proving to be a barrier which is keeping you isolated instead of protected. And that is so that Cancer energy. Cancer obviously is represented represented by the crab. They have this hard, stiff shell, and then, you know, this softer innard part. So it's like, yeah, I feel like for a long time now, you guys have been kind of putting up that hard shell, and it's at a point now where it's becoming a detriment and not a positive for you guys. So again, you gotta release the old shielding. You gotta trust, and you gotta, you know, open up little by little so that you can rework, you know, negative old patterns and again, set these positive new goals. 1980? I don't know why that came to mind. And we got like 890 right here. So I don't know why that's significant. But anyway, trust where the light leads you. Go where you can feel true love, kindness, and freedom. Avoid all that comes from anger, hatred, judgment, blame, and ridicule. So those are your messages from the Lantern Fairy. So we're going to go ahead and move on to our last card here, which is the Winter card. Let's see. So it says, lightly I step, for the earth falls asleep, a lullaby to rest and pause, the soul's secret to keep. Death is frightening, even though, or perhaps because it is inescapable. However, as we move into winter, we know it signals a literal and metaphysical death. In some parts of the planet, the extreme weather means snow and ice buries all life and the ground lies fallow and still. In winter, the earth slows down and there is less light and often more wet weather. Many plants die back, many animals are less active, and traditionally, it is a leaner, more difficult time for those who worked on the land for their living. Winter often brought with it the end of a life cycle, a figurative or literal death. Should the winter card appear to you, it's time to let what no longer serves you die away. Where it seems natural and right to let things that have been bothering you for some time die back. Take real action to change these things. Anything that is how do you say this word? Superfluous, extra, and burdensome. Release it. So that is obviously, literally, you have more than one card here that is talking about needing to release, needing to clean house, just accept kind of the, you know, metaphorical death that we have going on here. And again, kind of the physical death that winter brings, and that's what's coming. We're in that transition phase. So it's like for you guys using October as your transition phase to start removing and kind of doing that autumnal, you know, release and cleaning is going to be highly important for you here in October. And again, simplifying, learning what it is you're still holding on to, what is it you're still holding back as well when it comes to your emotions, but you know, making sure that you're doing that in a healthy way where you're letting out those emotions bit by bit instead of like having it be a torrent of like too much too fast and potentially, you know, drowning others with those emotions, or maybe even dealing with somebody else who might be doing that. But again, I definitely get more of a strong sense that this is a lot about you guys just as an individual kind of working through this. It's definitely going to be a highly spiritual month for you in October because you're going to be starting this work. Or again, you should be starting this work in this particular month. So with that said, that is everything that I am sensing here with this particular pile. So if this resonated, please do drop a like, comment down below. Please do, if you would like more tarot-related content, other content that I create, definitely do consider checking out my Patreon. There's going to be links down below. So yeah. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you next time. For all my lovelies that picked pile 3 here with the Aqua Aura Quartz, and of course this particular image right here, we're going to go ahead and jump into your reading, some quick messages for what you should know for October. And so I'm going to go ahead and lay out all the cards starting off. Oh wow, your guys' tarot card is the Fool. That is a great sign here for you guys for October. Let's see what else we have. We also have meditate and contemplate with the new moon in Pisces. We got a lot more water energy coming through. We also have ghosts of the past with the past returns for a time. Interesting. And lastly, we have Lady de los Muertos with acceptance and equality. Interesting. I'm getting a lot of different messages here. So as I'm going to mention with every pile, especially with these moon cards here. So definitely you want to check out in your natal chart and your whole signs, what is happening with the sign of Pisces. Where do you have Pisces in your natal chart? Maybe where your Neptune is, what is happening in your 12th house, because this energy might be a highlighted for you here in October, as well as Aquarian energy in the sense of Uranus, because that is what rules the Fool card. That is the energy of the Fool. It is new beginnings. It is starting fresh. It's setting out there, again, taking a leap of faith, kind of rediscovering yourself. I'm getting a sense here, especially because we also have that ghost of the past. So the past returns for a time. I definitely get the sense here that this is going to be a very powerful month for you guys, especially spiritually. I've mentioned that for some of the other piles as well, and just overall I get that sense. But for you guys, kind of similar to pile 1, but theirs was a little bit different. Like, the past is going to come up in certain ways, but I don't feel like it's necessarily a negative thing. When I look at this particular card, it just makes me think of the movie Labyrinth, which is a favorite of mine, in particular the masquerade scene. If you're not familiar with that, feel free to look it up. It has David Bowie in it. It's fantastic. It's a fun movie. But it feels like that kind of energy, and almost like kind of mixing with that Aquarian and that Piscean energy, kind of getting lost in an old dream. I also get a sense of like your dreams might be very highlighted in October. You might have reoccurring dreams from the past pop up again, or maybe figures from older dreams show up in your dreams for October. Be wary, I will say, of like exes returning, because again, I get the sense of here of you guys starting something new in October. Again, a brand new beginning will be happening, and a new level of acceptance, because you're going to be doing, again, you should be doing this meditating and contemplative work in the energy of Pisces to kind of get clear about what is it your intuition is telling you. And again, we have a new moon here, which is very resonant to these new beginnings. Making sure that everything that you're doing is in equality to what it is that you need for yourself, that you're not overextending yourself, or you're not giving too much of your energy or power away to other things, other people. Being kind of wary about who you're sharing your ideas with. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and see about some additional messages, diving into these oracle cards. So starting off with the moon card, with the new moon in Pisces. So it's saying here, this card speaks of dreams and romance, of soulmates and poetry. It's so this energy. And if you watch Labyrinth, again, that's like the big movie for a lot of you guys here. In that scene, like, you'll get it. But anyway, it suggests there's a new start coming your way that's connected to a matter that leaves you feeling somewhere between having your head in the clouds and being in total altered state. Exactly. Being definitely very inventive is also important here. Let's see. So there could be confusion and disappointment if that is what you've had before and that's what you're expecting. However, if you're onto a good thing, then wish hard, because the words of your soul and your heart could help bring about the manifestation of your dreams. If all that sounds a little wet and watery, well, then that's Pisces for you. This is the last sign of the zodiac, and the new moon in Pisces card can suggest a last-ditch chance to make your dreams come true, especially if you just take that leap of faith and go after it and learn from your past here. So to attune to this energy, it's saying use your feelings to guide your way. Logic won't work right now. And that is kind of like the Fool energy. Even though it is that Aquarian energy, which has a lot to do with logic, it's more about taking those risks and kind of, I'm just going to go back to saying leap of faith here. For you guys, it's definitely about leap of faith and following your dreams. Kind of, again, I feel scared saying this, but throwing caution to the wind when it comes to your dreams and your ambitions, and just going after it and doing what it takes to make it happen is everything. When I say that, throwing caution to the wind, obviously don't be stupid, use common sense, use critical thinking, but there is a certain level here of needing to just kind of throw yourself completely to the mercy of kind of the universe and also kind of the ocean here. Because I feel like that's a significant energy. Obviously, the water element here is water and fire, I'm getting the sense of. But anyway, so this is also additionally saying, face your fears. They may be holding you back. This situation is being healed. It's time to surrender to the divine. Chant Om Namo Narani. Avoid being deceptive or willingly deceived. And that could be a part of this warning of like exes or something coming back. So on that note, let's go ahead and talk about the ghosts of the past. And this might even literally be referring to, obviously, with something like Halloween, Samhain. You know, it's a time where the veils are thin and, you know, voices from the past can come through. Even past life situations might be coming up. So it's saying old friends, boyfriends, crushes, places and situations, or reminders of them come up to remind you of either how far you've come or that there's still work to be done in areas you thought were long settled. We all have life themes, and we all have challenges and patterns, but the trick is to move through them quickly and to learn from them permanently. These ghosts with masks are here to show you what or who needs an adjustment in your life. A clearing where you make peace with people you feel you may have wronged is in order. None of us is perfect. All of us need to forgive and to be forgiven. This is the cause for the indecision you are now facing, which can also be kind of an energy of the fool, kind of not knowing what path to go on, kind of trying everything but not becoming a master of anything. The ghosts of the past are haunting you. It's Judgment Day, and you are more powerful than you know. The time for hiding who you are and pretending to be normal and just like everyone else is done. So again, really showing your authentic self, accepting yourself for everything that you are, and again, finding that equality in it. So we're, of course, going to talk about the Lady de los Muertos. With pale you step out of the night in red lace, full flowers upon your crown. You bring the beauty to death, the equality and joy of the underground. So obviously, you know, the end of October, that full moon on Halloween, but also, you know, like November 1st, the first few days of November when Dia de los Muertos happens. So the iconic Lady of Death with a pale skull-like face, zombie eyes, and rich red funeral flowers in her hair has become one of the most recognizable symbols of Halloween and the Mexican Day of the Dead, El Dia de los Muertos. The original model for this flamboyant Lady of Death can be traced back to the ancient Aztec goddess, I can't pronounce it, guys. It's spelled Mictecihuatl. So, as time went on, the figure remained balanced between beauty and horror and morphed into the Lady of the Dead and eventually into the more modern graphic figure of Katrina. It is also reported that the identity of the original Katrina was based on the women who were very rich and had everything they wanted in life. Yet, death takes everyone equally. So it was a reminder that no matter how beautiful, rich, popular, or famous you were, in the end, death takes all. The Mexican culture has a long-standing history of laughing at death and seeing it as just another aspect of life. In some ways, death is the last taboo in many Western cultures. We tend to hide away our dying, and some of us may even have never even seen the body of someone who has passed in our whole lives. But this was a much more common occurrence in the past. Acknowledging that death is a natural process that will enter everyone's life at some time, and that perhaps until then, we can choose to be life-affirming, takes away much of the fear. Take a light approach to a situation initially, and it may work out better. If you're holding on to something that does not serve you any longer, and particularly material things, simplify and let go. I swear, like every single pile is getting this message, obviously, because we're talking about October, we're talking about the end of Libra season, the start of Scorpio season, which has everything to do about this. And again, for you guys, if you have any fear about death, if you have any fear about, you know, again, facing whatever fears it is that you're holding on to, this is the month to really, you know, tackle that. Because once you do that, and again, you kind of live life taking every moment by moment and really enjoying it. And again, understanding that it's like we all have a finite time in this particular body. Our souls are eternal and ever changing, just like all other kind of energy that is around us. But this body in itself, has a time limit on it. But that doesn't need to be something to be fearful of or something to hide. It's something to celebrate every single moment and do something amazing with each moment for yourself, so that you, again, don't hold on to any fears or hold on to any regrets for longer than need be, is what I'm getting here. So with that said, I think that is everything that I'm seeing here for this particular pile. So if this resonated, please do leave a like, comment down below what you thought about this. And if you would like more tarot related content, more pick-a-cards, artwork, all that fun stuff, definitely do check out my Patreon, link down below. It helps out the growth of this channel and the work that I'm creating. If you guys are interested in that, definitely just go give it a look-see. See what you think. But anyway, thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. For those that picked the fourth and final pile with this particular image here, and of course the black opal, we're going to go ahead and jump into your quick messages for the month of October and what it is you need to know. We're going to lay out all the cards and see what we're working with. So for your tarot card, we have the Two of Pentacles. Balance. Balance is the focus of your October here. We also have here new moon in Sagittarius with luck is on your side. We also have card 12 with winged seer. You see clearly, clairvoyance. And lastly, we have the skull of darkness with blind spots. So clearly, you guys need to understand and listen to your intuition and see where you have blind spots. Where are your weaknesses lying? There's obviously an imbalance of some sort. So again, your focus for October is kind of locating these blind spots, these imbalances, and correcting and balancing the scales here. So again, there might be a work-life imbalance. There could be an imbalance in maybe physical health, finances, again, spirituality. Maybe you're not focusing enough on your clairvoyant abilities and you need to put more focus on that. But you have an overall good energy here with the Sagittarius here of like luck, expansion, because again, when we're talking about Sagittarius, we're talking about Jupiter as well. So definitely in your natal chart, bring up your whole signs, check out what's happening. Where is your Sagittarius? Where is your Jupiter? What is happening in your 9th house? Because that is the house that is ruled by Sagittarius, has a lot to do with foreign travel, higher education, learning more. So this is definitely a month of you guys finally getting clear about what it is you need to see. And also for some of you, you're going to be having to face your shadows and what it is that is your weaknesses. Finally kind of marrying the two. You can take a weakness and make it a strength by just understanding it and being aware of it so that it doesn't trip you up and it doesn't sneak up on you when you least expect it, is what I'm getting here. So let's go ahead and dive a little bit deeper into each one of these particular cards. Maybe some of you are going to have some interesting luck in your finances because we do have the Pentacles present here. So maybe something like a balancing of the scales in that way, where maybe something that you put energy in towards will be returned back to you. I feel like that might only be the case really for like one or two of you, but generally, let's see what this has to say. So for the new moon in Sagittarius, whatever is coming your way, it looks set to put a smile on your face. The new moon in Sagittarius can mark the restart of fun after a period of feeling low. The energy is adventurous and even willing to take a few risks. But be careful you don't bet the farm on something here, as the wheel of fortune is still spinning. This card is about exploring life metaphorically by exchanging big ideas with others or just thinking about your own philosophies. Perhaps it's time to change your mind about something important. It can also signal that a trip away is coming up, if that's something you're working to achieve. But the overall message of this card is that whatever happens next, it will be some sort of gift, even if that simply means widening your world view. So to attune to this energy for you guys, count your blessings, literally. Write them down or say them out loud. Other meanings here are you need to laugh more. So have more fun. Take October as a time to have more fun and to kind of lighten yourself a little bit. So this is a wonderful time to start a course of study or teaching. Don't be narrow-minded. Start a week of gratitude practice, i.e., via Facebook, a journal, or blog. So there's literally your homework for October is make sure every day of October, starting on the 1st, ending on the 31st, or again, pushing it further than that for the rest of this year, be doing some sort of practice of gratitude. So we're going to go ahead now and jump into the messages from the Winged Seer. Your angels might in particular be coming out to say hello in this month. So let's see. So with the Winged Seer, what it's saying, your clairvoyant ability is being enhanced by the Winged Seer. You may be able to tune in and remote view, almost be able to see behind doors and into rooms and receive images that let you know what someone is doing without you actually being there at the time. And all of these experiences will either empower or scare you. You have asked for more information, asked to discover what you need to know. Now that the information has come to you, you must be courageous and take action based on what you cannot logically explain. It's important now, more than ever, to be honest about what you can see, but most of all, to be honest with your own self. So there you guys go. Obviously, these clairvoyant abilities are going to be heightened here in October. The veil is thinning, so you might literally be like seeing shit out of the corner of your eye. Do not be afraid of it. This is all part of kind of your ascension and again, opening up more to who it is that you are. And do not be afraid of those things. So on that note, we're going to talk about the Skull of Darkness here. So with this particular card, it is saying, we may not wish to delve there, the shadows, the darkness, the unknown. Yet, when we search, we reveal, and our power, it has grown. The beautiful, mysterious Skull of Darkness encourages us to look to the part of ourselves that normally remains hidden or as unseen as possible, like the shadow aspects of yourself. We may not appreciate or like certain aspects of ourselves, and yet sometimes our greatest treasures lie within these areas. Untapped talents, abilities, it's all hidden there. So, how many times have you heard of famous artists or people extremely successful in their fields being bullied for being so different? Yet is their very differences from others that make them so powerful. Additionally, all of us at some stage of life have certain blind spots that may cause us grief and trouble. Although we cannot see the issue clearly, it is the repeated patterns of pain that may alert us to them, symptoms, if you will. And again, it's funny because it's literally saying verbatim, although we cannot see the issues clearly, and you see clearly. So you're finally going to recognize these patterns. And that is a great thing because now you can balance it. For example, the same things keep happening over and over again. We may be betrayed repeatedly, fail at something repeatedly, not complete tasks continually. Peace and pattern breaking can be achieved by doing the work in uncovering our blind spots, or even consulting trusted close friends or professionals to assist us to see what we cannot. I definitely feel like you guys, you have the ability to see these things, but it could just be that for a long time now, you haven't wanted to face your mirror, your shadow, your other half in this aspect because of maybe some misconceptions, not enough information of understanding what the shadow is. The shadow is not a negative thing. The shadow is only negative when you ignore it, when it becomes a repeated bad problem because you're not facing it, you're not addressing it, you're not giving it the attention it needs. Again, as I always say, everything light and dark is all in balance, and light and dark is neither one is inherently good or bad. It depends on how you use it, the individual person. So it's like you can say you're working in light and love and happiness, but if you're somebody who's like tyrannical and you believe you're doing something for the right cause, but you're not realizing that it's hurting everybody else around you, but you think you're doing it for the right reasons, it's like that. Or again, somebody who's working in their element at the shadow can be doing very good things, and vice versa. It's just, that's how that energy works. It's how nature works. It's not inherently bad. It's not inherently good until you put a meaning towards it. So that's something to keep in mind for a lot of you guys. I definitely feel like, obviously, especially with Sagittarius energy here, we're talking about mutable fire. So again, working with that energy is highly important for you guys. Maybe even candle scrying, reading the wax, anything that is a visual type of divination for you guys would be highly beneficial, because again, you have literally clairvoyance coming up for October. So, and it's interesting, you were attracted to this particular image, and this is like kind of the mystic, the seer kind of image. So regardless, that is everything that I'm seeing here for you guys for your reading. So if this resonated, please do leave a like, comment down below. And again, if you'd like to have access to more exclusive content, more pick a cards, more of everything, definitely do feel free to check out my Patreon down below, because that definitely really helps out the growth of this channel and the work that I am doing and producing for you guys. So definitely do feel free just to give it a look-sees if you're curious. So thank you all so much, and have a wonderful October.